Hey everybody, what's up? It's No Arrows once again. Today I'm going to be doing another Throwback review, and this time it's going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be a manga, something I have never done before, and it's going to be Death Note. And the reason I'm doing this is kind of a topical video. It's because the creators of Death Note, writer Tsugumi Ohba and artist Takeshi Obata, have a new manga out called Platinum End, and the first chapter's out, and I read it, and it reminded me a lot of Death Note, so that kind of put the idea in my mind to do a video. And if you've never read it, it's about this guy named Light, a regular high school student who gets this notebook which belongs to this death god here, Ryuk. Light gets this death god's notebook, and the thing with this book is if you write someone's name in it, then they will die. And so when Light gets this book, he decides that he wants to use it to make the world a better place. And he does this. He's a very disillusioned guy. He isn't a big fan of all the villainy in the world and all that, and so he decides that what he's going to do is just kill all the criminals in the world and, you know, make the earth a paradise. And so, like, he starts monitoring the news stations and stuff, and just basically anybody who he sees commit a crime, he writes their name down, and that starts spreading the word about Kira, which is kind of a name developed by the public that they attribute to the force that's beyond their explanation, that's killing off all these criminals and bad guys. And at the same time, since what he's doing is illegal, this guy L, I just saw him. Where is he? I guess here's you can see the back of his head there. He's this, like, eccentric detective, and he gets hired to bring in Light, or bring in Kira to justice and find Kira's identity. There he is. And it's a pretty good little battle of wits. They're both very smart. It's very thrilling. It's sort of this. I don't want to use too many cliches here, but it's like a chess game between these two, powerful young men. And I like that it doesn't really tell you who to root for, really. Like, you kind of sympathize with what Light wants to do, how he wants to improve the quality of life for the good people in the world, and rid the world of wrongdoers and stuff, and that's something that's identifiable, at least, even if his methods aren't the best. And you also, you naturally like L because he's so cool, and you want to see him succeed too. And it makes for very thrilling reading. Ohba knows how to use cliffhangers well to his advantage, and he knows how to pace a good scene. He knows how to really build the tension with the interaction between these two guys. Because, like, what was I gonna say? Like, basically, Light, he's trying to like he what he needs to write somebody's name down in the book is somebody's name and their face, and he knows L's face, but he doesn't know L's real name. So he's trying to, while L is trying to figure out who Kira is, Light is getting close to L and, you know, trying to figure out what his real name is and trying to find out a way to destroy him. And it's a great conflict. The comic just really it's one of those you can't put down, to be honest. Art is really good. Obata's is a very good artist. I think most would agree that he's one of the better manga artists out there. And it's pretty crazy, actually. I mean, I know there's like a lot of assistants that were involved with this, but it's pretty crazy to consider that this came out weekly, you know, at a rate of 19 pages. I mean, most weekly manga, you know, they kind of look sort of, you know, sketchy, for lack of a better term. But this one looks really nice. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, anyways, this was originally released in 12 volumes by Viz in the US, and this is the black edition. It came out a little bit later. It collects everything in 6 volumes. You know, each one is double-sized, of course. They're pretty thick. And they're a bit, you know, taller and wider than a typical manga volume 2. There's some color pages. Not all of them are reproduced in color, but there's also, you know, the edges are black. You know, that's why it's the black edition. Yeah. Anyways, it's a really good manga. I only have the first 2 volumes in front of me right now, but and the reason for that is because, like, these are the 2 where it's really good. Like, most people agree that it jumps the shark at a certain point. I mean, I won't spoil it, but I mean, if you read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's still okay after that point, but it's never as good as it is, like, you know, before that. And but yeah, these are the 2 best ones. Even before that happens, it kind of starts to it's still very good, but the quality does drop. I mean, it peaks early, this manga does, in my opinion. But it's a very good manga. It's, like I said, it's a great suspense story. It's very thrilling, very well put together. Probably the most important comic of the 2000s. I can't really think of anything that could really even rival it. Like, I mean, you can say Walking Dead, but I mean, Walking Dead didn't really, I mean, it was popular before, but it didn't get like crazy popular until the TV show. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Death Note. Like, I'm not saying it's the best of that decade, but like, if we're talking global impact, you know, popularity, what it did in terms of the American comic industry. Of course, manga was already in a boom state before Death Note hit the scene, but I feel like this is you know, this one really sent things into the stratosphere, at least from my recollection, how I remember it. And yeah, it holds up for sure, you know, so definitely read it. Hopefully Platinum End, I mean, there's only 1 chapter, I can't really judge it yet. It looks pretty good so far. It looks like it has a lot of potential. Hopefully I don't expect it to be as good as Death Note, but, and like, honestly, they did another manga before Platinum End called Bakuman, which was completely different. It was about 2 guys who are trying to have success creating manga, and that was totally different, but it was very interesting in a similar way to Death Note, actually. Like, it uses cliffhangers very well. It builds thrills in a you know, in the intricate way that's reminiscent of Death Note, actually. But so, like, when Platinum End came out, it was like, okay, well, they're now they're doing another one like Death Note. Like it's sort of like I was wondering if they do something and hoping that they do something totally different again, but I guess not. That's okay though. Hopefully it's good. And yeah, I think this manga is good, so check it out.